This nibble originally aired on RSBANDB Update 747, Quit Thy Brine Rat Roll. Enjoy. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us for another episode of RSBANDB Update. This week is, most of you listening probably would think that, this is just a bit of an update that we could take in to get us ready for the Ranch Out of Time next month. And, there's really not much to write home about unless you're a diehard farming nerd. But this episode is indeed very special. But before I just continue on a monologue, Tanis, you're here as you are each and every week, and
Thank you,
we're just gonna talk about the week's updates and reminisce a bit, in particular with this Ranch Out of Time pre-release update. And we were told at RuneFest that the eggs for 120 farming would be released before the skill update went live, and lo and behold, here we are, the middle of October, and it has hit. And, I'm just going to say that this is perhaps one of the most special things I can talk about on RSBANDB Update. And many of you listeners probably don't know why. And I know, Tanis, you didn't even know why when I mentioned this to you.
Oh, I didn't.
And the reason is that all the way back in June of 2005, RSBANDB Update number 1 on June the 12th of 2005 covered its first update of the seeds and farming equipment, when seeds were added to the Master Farmers and the seed stall in Draenor Village back then. And of course, this was to prepare for the launch of the farming skill. I think Bird's Nests were also launched at the same time. Actually, yeah, they were, because I remember us talking about how, in addition to the seeds for the trees that you could get, you would also be able to get eggs. And for the longest time, these eggs just sat in our inventories, and we had no idea what they were for until, of course, summoning came around. And those eggs still don't have much to say that you get from those birds' nests. But, this is just a bit of a chance for me to reminisce on this and say that we started RSBANDB Update off with talking about farming pre-release content, in particular seeds, farming equipment, and birds' nests. And here we are, 14 years later, 14 and a half years later almost, talking about another farming pre-release that is adding eggs into game. So that was a little bit, I don't know, humbling, special, I guess you could say, because we're back to where we started, at least for me.
Nostalgic, huh?
Yeah. You can watch full episodes of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. You can also listen to audio versions of RSBANDB Update at update.rsbnb.com, and feel free to subscribe to our show and any number of podcast listeners out there at update.rsbnb.com/subscribe.